Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy, and if you're new here, kindly subscribe, share, and like my videos. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful handkerchief dress. The name of the fabric is called an Ankara print fabric, and I'll be making use of 3 yards. This is a basic illustration of the dress I made. As we all know that taking accurate measurements is very important. So the first measurement to take is to place the measuring tape on your shoulder vertically downwards to your desired length. From the illustration, you can see that the size of the dress is shorter compared to the center of the dress, which simply means that your desired length should be the shorter length of the dress. I want the length of the dress to be 32 inches. But looking at the illustration, you can see that there is a strap attached to the chest line of the dress. I'm taking my strap length to be 6 inches. This simply means I have to deduct 6 inches from the actual length of the dress, which is 32 inches minus 6 inches. So I'll be left with 26 inches. So the main length of the dress is now 26 inches. So I'll be working with 26 inches for now. This is my fabric. I'll be folding this fabric into two equally, and I'll further fold it into two. So I practically folded it into four places. The next step is to achieve a square shape. On this top part, I'll make sure that the wideness is 26 inches. Please recall that this fabric was folded into four places. Remember, we are trying to achieve a square shape here. So I'm going to place my tape vertically from the top to also mark 26 inches as the length. Just to have a accurate measurement, I'll also place it at this side to mark 26 inches. Now I'll connect both points together. The next step is to cut it out. For clarity, if you have taken your measurements and you've done the necessary calculations and your desired length is different from mine, just work with what you've calculated for your measurements. So for instance, if it's 28 inches, then just make sure that after folding it the way I folded my fabric, the sides are 28 inches. Now I went ahead to slit the fold on this side. The next step is to get the chest line. To achieve this, I'll place my tape on my shoulder and slant it towards my underarm. When I did that, I had 8.5 inches. Now I place the tape horizontally from the midpoint of the fold to mark 8.5 inches. But for a plus size person, your shoulder to the underarm for this particular style can be maybe 10 inches or 11 inches, but just make sure you take the accurate measurements. I went ahead to note the 8.5 inches to serve as a guide when sewing. The next step is to spread out the fold, taking note of the 2 points I marked. So let's start with this point here. I'll take this to my sewing machine to stitch this point downwards to the edge by half an inch, and I'll also stitch the second point downwards to the other edge by half an inch. After I secure this side and I also secure the other side, just because I started securing the sides from the notch, I had an opening here, which was intentional. All right, so I'm going to spread out this fabric as shown to secure this opening by folding it in quarter of an inch all through. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to start from the other edge. I'm just going to start stitching this from the opening itself. Yeah, and also I'll stitch this other side to this point. All right, guys, I've successfully stitched the opening. Now I'll go ahead to fold this fabric into four, just the way I did at the initial stage. I'll place the tape on the midpoint of the fold as shown to mark the neck width in which I would attach the straps. So I placed my tape to mark 4 inches, but for a plus size person, you can use 5 inches. On this point, I marked 4 inches. I'll raise the fabric to mark the four sides as shown. To get the strap length, I cut some pieces of the fabric in form of a band, and the length of the fabric here is 18 inches, while the wideness is 2 inches. I folded one side to be half inches and folded the other side, which I placed on each other. Then took this to the sewing machine to secure it with a straight stitch. And also take note, you'll be making use of 4 of these straps. The straps are ready to be attached, so I'm just going to open the fold as shown. Then I'll place the edge of the strap on the point I chopped. I'll take this to my sewing machine to stitch the four sides separately. So I went ahead to knot the straps together. The final step is to secure the hem of the dress. So you can just place it in form of a rectangle, then you secure all sides. So this is the final look. It's so beautiful. You should give it a try. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe, share, and like my videos. Thank you for watching to the very end.